Hello everyone, my name is Bitan Mishra. I am from Purulia, West Bengal. I have completed my 10th and 12th education from West Bengal Board of Secondary Education. After that, I have pursued my BTech and MTech dual degree from Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, Bhubaneswar. In 2017, I qualified GATE. I was university topper and gold medalist there. After that, I have joined NIT Durgapur as a full-time research scholar in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Till now, I have 2 SCI journal papers and 2 international conferences. Also, during my MTech time, I was in teaching assistantship, and there I take classes for labs mainly for the first year and fourth year in MATLAB and the Basic Electronics lab. After in the PhD, I have taken theory classes also, like in Basic Electronics, Soft Computing and Analog Communication. So today I will give my demo teaching on a part of analog communication, that is on angle modulation. Hello everyone. Today we will learn about angle modulation. So what is angle modulation? In angle modulation, the frequency or the phase of the carrier signal will vary with respect to the message signal. Okay. So either frequency will vary or the phase will vary. So we can divide this angle modulation into two parts. Frequency modulation and phase modulation. I am writing this in short terms, frequency modulation or phase modulation. So let's understand the difference with the help of the waveform. So I have taken the message signal as a square wave, but the message signal can be anything. Message signal is information signal. So it can be anything. Just for the simplification and understand the difference of the waveforms, I have taken it as a square wave. So now what we need? We will need the carrier signal. So let's draw the carrier signal C of t. The carrier signal has property that we know that carrier signal has a constant parameter. Constant amplitude, constant phase, constant frequency. Okay. So C of t is equal to AC cos omega ct. Right. Now this is our carrier signal. This carrier signal has amplitude AC. Okay. Now, what is frequency modulated signal? How my frequency modulated signal will vary according to the message signal? The carrier signal will vary. The frequency of the carrier signal will vary with respect to the message signal. So, you see the message signal has two levels, high level and low level. I am considering for high level that it is having higher frequency, and low level I am considering lower frequency. So let's draw. This is high level. So till high level I am taking high frequency. Here it's low level, so low frequency. Till here again high frequency. Again low frequency. High frequency I am representing with FH and low frequency FL, again FH, again FL. Okay, this is my frequency modulated wave. I am representing this as S of FMT, and it has same amplitude as the carrier wave AC. Same amplitude as the carrier wave. Okay, so you see frequency is changing with respect to the message. Now what is my phase modulated wave? In phase modulated wave, the phase is changing. The phase modulated wave will have same amplitude and same frequency as the carrier wave, only the phase will vary by 180 degree when the message will change. How? See, it will have same frequency as the carrier wave. Now in this position, you see the message is changing. So a 180 degree phase shift will occur. At this point also, you see message is changing. So again 180 degree phase shift. Again at this point 180 degree phase shift. So you see wherever the message is changing, at that position the phase will change by 180 degree. So this is our phase modulated wave. it will also have the same amplitude AC as the carrier wave. Okay, I hope you understand what is angle modulation, what is frequency modulation and phase modulation, and how did they differ. Okay, so now we will compute a term called instantaneous frequency, omega I. Okay, omega I is equal to omega C plus kf m of t. Okay, omega C is our carrier frequency, and what is m of t? M of t is our message signal. This kf is called frequency deviation constant. Frequency deviation constant. Okay, this is our instantaneous frequency. Okay, this is the expression. Now we have to calculate the instantaneous phase. What is the relation between instantaneous frequency and instantaneous phase? Instantaneous phase I am representing as phi I t. This is equal to integration omega I dt. This is our instantaneous phase. This is the relation. Okay, so this was, let's suppose, our equation 1. So I will replace the value of m of t from equation 1 to here. So let's replace integration omega c plus kf m of t whole dt. Now I will separate two integration terms. Integration, the first part, integration omega c dt. Okay, omega c is constant, so I am taking it outside. Integration dt plus, here kf is constant, frequency deviation constant, kf integration m of t dt. So our phi I t will become omega c t plus kf integration m of t dt, our equation 2. Okay, so this is the expression of instantaneous phase we have calculated. Okay, any doubt? Now let's move to next part. Now we will calculate the how the modulated wave of FM and PM look like. Okay, FM, first we will calculate the modulated wave expression for FM. Okay, FM modulated wave. S, I am representing FM modulated wave as SFMT. Let's take a different color. SFMT. What is in general? It will have same amplitude as this one, carrier wave. So AC cos phi I t. Phi I t. This is the in general expression for a frequency modulated wave. Now I will replace the instantaneous phase phi I from equation 2. So this become AC cos omega ct plus kf integration m of t dt. Okay, this is the expression of frequency modulated wave. It's very important. Okay, now phase modulated wave expression, what it will be? SPMT. In phase modulated, we have already told that phase modulated wave will have same frequency and amplitude as the carrier wave. So let's take same amplitude AC cos same frequency omega ct plus only the phase will change. So it will be kf m of t. Okay, understood. So now let's observe these two equations. What we can see that both the phase modulated and frequency modulated wave have same constant amplitude AC. Only the angle part is varying with respect to the message signal m of t. Right? So our definition is matching with this expression. Okay, so this is the biggest advantage of frequency modulation over amplitude modulation. Why? the amplitude is constant in case of frequency modulation, but in amplitude modulation, the amplitude is varied with respect to the message signal. Therefore, in the transmitted signal, if there is noise present, it is very difficult to eliminate the noise from the envelope. But as here frequency amplitude is constant, we can easily use a filter to eliminate the noise. That's why this angle modulation or frequency modulation is called that noise immune system, because we can easily separate the noise. This is the biggest advantage of frequency modulation. Okay, so let's move on. Now, isn't this too like similar except this part? So let's see if there is some interconnection. Okay, let's see if we can generate a frequency modulated signal with help of a phase modulator or vice versa. First, let's try frequency modulated signal with help of phase modulator. Okay, so how? Let's take, this is my message signal, M of t or information signal. First I will pass this through a integrator. Okay, so what will be the output of my integrator? Integration of M of t. Correct. Now this will be fed as the input to the phase modulator. Also, another input to the phase modulator will be our carrier wave, AC cos omega ct. Okay. Let's suppose our output is S1 of t. Okay. So, S1 of t is the output of our phase modulator. What is the output of the phase modulator expression? This, let's start writing this. AC cos omega ct plus kf. Now see, in this phase modulator, the input is not m of t. The input is integration of m of t. So from the equation 4, instead of m of t, we will write integration of m of t. Right? Is it looking similar? See, notice this equation is same as SFMT. This one and this one, it's same. This we can write is equal to SFMT. So we are generating the frequency modulated signal with help of a phase modulator. Okay, it's happening. So let's see vice versa if it is possible. Now we'll generate the phase modulated signal with help of a frequency modulator. Okay, how? Let's first, I'm taking our message signal m of t. Now I'm passing this message signal through a differentiator. So what will be the output of the differentiator? d by dt of m of t. Correct. This is the output of differentiator. Now this will be act as the input to the frequency modulator. Also here same, here also will be a carrier signal AC cos omega ct. And this is, let's suppose our output is S2T. Okay, so let's compute what is our S2T. S2T will be the output of frequency modulator. So this expression, equation 3. So let's start writing AC cos omega ct plus kf integration. Till here it's okay, but instead of m of t, what is the input to frequency modulator? D by dt of m of t. So I'll write it here, d by dt of m of t, here dt. Okay, I have just replaced the input instead of m of t, d by dt of m of t. Understood? So let's simplify this. Integration and differentiation will cancel out. Okay, so what will be the expression? AC cos omega ct plus kf m of t. Okay, here, isn't it same as the phase modulated signal, right? This one and this one same. We can write this as equal to S of PMT. So we are generating phase modulated signal with help of the frequency modulator. So this is possible. I am generating frequency modulated signal with help of a phase modulator and phase modulated signal with help of a frequency modulator. It is possible. They are interconnected. Okay. So I will conclude my session here. I hope you have understand the concept of angle modulation. What are the different types, the waveforms, how they differ. Also, like what is the instantaneous frequency and what is the relation between the phase modulated wave and frequency modulated wave. Okay, if you still have any doubt, please ask. Thank you.